Hello everyone. Continuing with our discussion on COVID medications, today let's try to understand the most important topic, that is COVID vaccination. In case if you have not watched the first two videos of the video series, I would request you to watch that first and come to this. And it will also be easy for you to understand this topic if you have watched one of my previous video on immunity and COVID infection. And just like the other two videos, in this video too, I am providing the link in the description below to all the top medical journals that I have referred to in making this video. Before discussing about the vaccine, we need to understand the basic structure of coronavirus and how exactly it infects humans, that is its pathogenicity. Now this is the family information of coronavirus. Based on its genetic structure, it has a close resemblance to SARS virus. And the receptor in the cells which the coronavirus makes use of for its entry into the cell is also same as that used by SARS virus, that is ACE receptor. That is why coronavirus is also called as SARS coronavirus 2. Coronavirus is an RNA virus. So it has a single stranded RNA having signals encoded in it for the production of multiple proteins which are required by the virus. This single stranded RNA is within a capsid comprised of matrix protein. And this matrix protein has multiple spikes made up of glycoprotein. Now let's imagine this as coronavirus. So basically RNA is inside this. If I cut this into two parts, there will be RNA inside, and this outer covering, this is the capsid protein, and these spikes which you see, they are the glycoprotein. Now these spikes in the coronavirus are required for attachment into the ACE receptors in human cells. So after this attachment, the virus is able to get inside the cell, infect the cell, and then multiply after that. Now let's try to understand the Oxford Corona vaccine. The results of phase 1 and phase 2 trials are published in one of the top medical journals, that is The Lancet. Here another virus called adenovirus, which has been made harmless, is genetically added with spike protein of coronavirus and then injected into humans. To test this, we should also have a control group, right? So another group of humans are injected with meningococcal conjugate vaccine. This trial was carried out in 5 centers in the UK. I hope you know how exactly a vaccine works. In case if you don't, I would really request you to watch one of my previous video on immunity and coronavirus infection. In short, a vaccine gives the body a trial as to how the virus actually appears, so that the immune system of our body is prepared to fight against the virus in case if there is an actual infection. It's like as if a set of players are asked to play a game which they have never heard of against a team which is a master in it. So vaccine basically acts like a practice match, so that when there is an actual match, the players are well versed with it. So in the Oxford Corona vaccine trial, they tried to send in the spike protein of coronavirus through the harmless adenovirus into our body, so that our immune system identifies and knows how the spike proteins appear and prepare antibodies and other mechanisms to fight against the actual spike protein of coronavirus in case if there is an infection. So as you can imagine, this study has to be done on healthy adults and not on patients, right? So healthy adults aged 18 to 55 years were randomly assigned into two groups. One group receiving the testing vaccine, that is the adenovirus with corona spike in it, and the other group receiving meningococcal conjugate vaccine. Both the groups initially received a single dose of intramuscular injection. Now this was a single blind trial, unlike the remdesivir study which we discussed earlier, which was a double blind trial. Hence only the recipients did not know what they received. And the booster dose was given after 28 days. As you know, the purpose of vaccine is to develop antibodies in the body. Hence, the levels of IgG antibodies were checked initially as the baseline, after the vaccination and after a certain duration. And the study showed that majority of COVID vaccine recipients had activation of B cells which produce the antibodies and T cells which directly kill the virus. And this number increased to 100% after the booster dose administration. I mean to say, all the participants in the COVID vaccine group had developed IgG antibodies against the spike protein of coronavirus. Now what does this mean? That all these recipients of COVID vaccine now have fighters in their body to fight against the spike protein of coronavirus in case if there is infection in the future. So these fighters will readily destroy the spike protein of coronavirus, hence making the virus completely ineffective. There were some minor local and systemic reactions, but they were controlled with paracetamol and none of them had any major adverse effects as such. So in short, things appear very promising so far from this phase 1 and phase 2 trial. Two very important things to note here are, one is that we do not know about its long-term safety. That is, we do not know the recipients of the vaccine. Are they going to have some complications because of the vaccine after months to years of administration? Point number 2, we do not know how long will this protection last. That is, the antibodies which are produced in the body of the recipient because of the vaccine, are they going to remain lifelong in the body, or are they going to fade off after few, say, weeks or months, making the repeated booster doses necessary? Well, only time can answer these questions, and currently phase 3 trial involving larger population is going on. Now let's quickly discuss about the Indian corona vaccine, that is Covaxin, developed by Bharat Biotech. Bharat Biotech International Limited is an Indian biotechnology company headquartered in Hyderabad. In April 2020, the company announced that it has partnered with an American-based company, Flugen, and University of Wisconsin-Madison to develop a COVID-19 vaccine. In May 2020, Indian Council of Medical Research, that is ICMR's National Institute of Virology, gave approval as well as the necessary viral strains required for the development of indigenous COVID vaccine. On 29th June 2020, the company got approval for the conduct of phase 1 and phase 2 human clinical trials of Covaxin by the DCGI, that is Drug Controller General of India. 12 sites are allotted by ICMR for the conduct of phase 1 and phase 2 trial. On 17th of July 2020, it started in PGIMS Rohtak, 20th July in Nizam's Hyderabad, and last week in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. So part 1 of the phase 1 trial is complete in few places of India, and about 50 participants have been tested. The results so far are encouraging, and 6 more participants are administered the vaccine on 25th of July under part 2 of phase 1. Now this is as told by Dr. Savita Verma, who is a chief investigator in the trial. Proposed plan of the trial is as above, as told by Dr. Randeep Guleria, who is a professor of pulmonary medicine and also the director of my alma mater, that is All India Institute of Medical Science. The exact details of the study as well as the results are obviously not published in any authentic journal. Hence, we do not have more authentic information so far about the vaccine trial. There were some rumors on Covaxin launch by 15th of August this year. But considering that we have only completed a part of phase 1 trial and we still have a long way to go, so having a safe, effective and validated vaccine by 15th of August seems less likely. There are many more COVID vaccine trials going on all across the world, like Moderna trial, Pfizer trial, etc. But obviously the results of none of them are published in any authentic medical journals. So let's not get into speculating their results. In short, we can expect some positive news in a few months regarding COVID vaccine, but there are still questions unanswered about its long-term safety and efficacy. We can only hope for its favorable outcome. Meanwhile, also hoping that the virulence of the virus gradually fades down with more and more infection and more of herd immunity develops. So till then, take care of yourself, be healthy, be happy, and for more health related information, stay tuned to this channel. Bye bye, thank you.